I used to operate from a lot of masculine energy in the past, and unfortunately, I'm one of those people that somehow grew up with the idea that femininity is softness and softness is weakness. And if I wanted to be truly secured and protected and safe in this world, I had to do everything on my own. And if I was to show my softness and needed help from other people, then that would be deemed as frail and weak, and I did not want to be that. That was the mentality that I operated on for a very long time, and I didn't know that was a problem until it became a problem. Hello my beautiful people, my name is Leona. Welcome to another episode of the Inward Revolution, a series where we tackle topics on how to conquer our mental health and our limiting beliefs. All things to help us heal from the inside out. On this episode, we're going to talk about how to become more feminine, but more specifically, it's made for people like you who are used to operating from a more masculine go-getter type of energy, and you want to start flowing, you want to feel more sensual, more beautiful, get into your divine femininity. When I started dating, I thought that the only thing that I can give to a partner, the only value that I had in myself as Leona, was through the work that I do. So when I went on dates, my flex would be that, oh, I have a budding career, I know this person, yes, I can link you up to that person, I've done this and I've done that, and I thought that the only value that I can give someone was really through the work that I do and through the people that I know. What? And I'll be so confused as to why my dates didn't work out. There was also a period of time whereby I detested hyper feminine women. I was like, what the hell are you like this? It seems so fake. Why are you being this way? And that was a really toxic mentality for me to be in. When I finally realized what I was doing was wrong, I rushed into the different spectrum. I tried to become extremely feminine. I dressed in a different way, different colors. I experimented with my energy, my tone of voice. And to be very honest with you, right now I am aiming to strike a balance between both of my energies. I found a couple of things that worked for me, and I know that they will help you too. This video is not going to talk about changing your appearances or whatsoever. We can definitely cover that in the future. However, today we're going to talk about changing your energy, the foundation of all things, your mentality, your energy towards the idea of femininity, so that you can strike that balance, flow into that femininity, and lead a more fulfilling and balanced life. Point number 1. Everything starts with acceptance. I realize that a lot of go-getter, ambitious type of women like you and I, we are always saying the same things.
I can do everything myself. I don't need no man to do that for me. I don't need my man to protect me, to provide for me. I can do that, all of that myself.
There was this one time where this girl told me,
I can do all of that. I can do it for him.
I don't even need him to do that. I've already reduced my requirements. I've already reduced my requirements. Why am I not getting the relationship that I want? So now let me ask you a question that you have to be very honest about. Not to me. You don't even have to type it in the comments. You don't have to share it if you don't want to. But you gotta be honest with yourself. It's gonna be a little bit harsh and difficult, okay? Are you saying that because you really want to be that protector, provider, that energy that you keep holding on to? Or are you saying that because you're coming from a place of defense? Because maybe you didn't receive the type of love, support, protection when you were growing up, and so you have to learn to do that for yourself. Protect, provide for yourself. Keep yourself safe. And then in turn, you started doing it not only for yourself, but for your family maybe, for the friends around you. And then it led to you doing that for the people that you're dating too. Let that sink in for a little bit. Is it a true want? Or were you conditioned to feel that you cannot be anything else? I know it's difficult. And it was really difficult for me to finally realize that as well. But when I finally accepted it, I could allow things to change. I run a video production company, and that means that on set there's a lot of heavy lifting, moving around really heavy equipments, lighting, setups and whatsoever. There was once I was heading back to a studio with some friends and I was carrying these really heavy equipment again. All of us were, and then this one friend asked me, "Hey, do you need help with those bags?" I flat out told him no. My thought process was, do you think that I can't do it? Do you think that I'm not strong enough to do it? That's why you're helping me? A masculine man with much more physical strength than I did asked a lady whether or not I needed help, and I flat out told him no. Why? And I remember this situation so clearly because another friend then decided to say,
"Oh, she never needs any help. She's an independent woman."
And it really, really affected me. I don't remember why it affected me that much, nor did I have the thought process to explain why it affected me so much at that point. But it did. And I hated it. I simply hated how it felt. Which brings me to my second point. I needed to learn to receive help. When I got older and gained a better understanding of my spirituality, different kinds of energies, masculine, feminine energies in our lives, I realized that it's okay that masculine and feminine energies are built in very different ways. Masculine men are generally physically stronger. They're built that way and they're wired to be the protectors, the providers, the hunters for the feminine energies around them, especially their families. And feminine women, even though we are physically less strong, there's a divine power in the way that we are wired. And our wiring, our femininity, allows us to bring warmth, to nourish the soul, to bring this softness and sensuality and beauty in this world. So in order for me to flow into my own femininity, which I did because I was unhappy with my situation. If you're happy with your situation, you're happy with the energy that you are operating in right now, please stick with it. Just go as you are, because we need different energies at different parts of our lives. When you've finally reached a different season and you need this type of energy, that's when things will start to change. That's when this video will be very useful for you. Instead of resisting and forcing something that I do not innately have or want, I allowed myself to receive help finally. It's also important to realize that masculine men, not all men, but masculine men, they like to be of help and they love it when they feel important and strong. So by you leaning into your own femininity and flow, leaning onto your partner, you're allowing them to get into their given power, their own masculinity as well. Point number 3, I learned to tweak my energy by the way that I describe myself. I always thought of myself as a go-getter, a warrior, a badass bitch. And I still do. But those are really pointy, aggressive, and in your face kind of words. I've since learned to use softer, more flowy words to describe myself, and I integrated them into the way that I view myself. Some of the words that I use are flowing, divine energy, goddess energy. I integrate them into the way that I see myself. I start to move differently. The way that I think of myself is different. When you use different language to describe yourself, to tell yourself that this is you, you change your energy. The way that you view yourself is different, and hence your energy will start changing as well. That brings me to point number 4. I also learned to change the tone and the way that I speak. When my energy was very much masculine, I wanted to get my point across really fast and aggressively. And we all know that that still works in settings whereby we need to assert ourselves in the workplace just to get things done. But we sometimes forget that we are bringing this same tone and energy into different aspects of our lives, and that does not serve you. Instead of rushing through and trying to get your points forcefully across, try to slow down your speech. Think and then speak with intention. If you do those things above, it can be a little bit dangerous. I've experimented with it before and I can tell you that it definitely works. So please use it with discretion. My last tip to help you change your energy is to do something sexy just for yourself. Put on a song and just flow with it. And if you're shy like me, you can hide in your own room to do it. No one has to see it. I just want you to move and just let your body flow the way that it wants to. Feel the power in just being a feminine, sensual woman. Treat yourself to some lingerie or get your partner to get you some lingerie, because why would they say no? Why would they say no? There's something about beautiful lingeries, long robes, nightgowns, lace, silk, or things that look like silk that makes you feel like a goddess, that makes you feel feminine, makes you feel beautiful. And the whole point of all of this is just to make you feel more familiar in the way that your body moves, the way that you feel when you're in that divine feminine flowing power, that sensuality, the femininity, get you familiar with yourself. It's not gonna be too easy in the beginning. It's gonna be a little bit awkward. It's gonna feel a little bit unnatural, like, what am I doing? This is so weird. But it will get more and more natural as you go along, and it will slowly, if you allow it, you can let it integrate into your being. Tell me in the comment section down below, when was the one time you felt really feminine, beautiful, sexy, and in your power? Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and especially if you're someone that's looking to elevate your style, self, and your mind. This channel is all about that, and I will see you on my next video.